Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Holidays, Horoscope, and History with Mimi in the morning. I run a website called timefortheholidays.net, and over the last decade, I have added history of holiday information, horoscope information, and a lot of trivia like historical events, pop culture, all kinds of things. So if you're interested in learning just random trivia, stay tuned. These are my co-hosts for the day, Squeakers and Missy. Both of them are blind, and it's really sweet because they just love each other and they're always sleeping next to each other and keeping each other company. Susie might be joining us too, but she's down sleeping in the other corner. But anyways, if you like to learn random trivia, then stay tuned and watch this video. So if it's your birthday today, then happy birthday. You are a horoscope sign Taurus. Your element is Earth. Your ruling planet Venus. Your symbol is Bull. Your zodiac quality is fixed. Birthstone is Emerald. Your personality traits: you're intelligent, dependable, hardworking, dedicated. You're really chill and patient, but you can also be very stubborn and you don't like authority. Does that sound right? You also share a birthday with Cloris Leachman, who was born in 1926 in Des Moines, Iowa. She actually just passed a little while ago, really sad. You might know her from, she was really funny in Raising Hope, and she was in a lot of things. You also share a birthday with Stephen Harper, who was born in 1959. He was a Prime Minister of Canada. In 1982, Kirsten Dunst was born in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. In 1999, Jordan Van Forest, Dutch chess grandmaster, was born. In 1991, Travis Scott, American rapper, was born in Houston, Texas. Besides his music, you might know him from being Kylie Jenner's ex, and they have a baby Stormy together. And so happy birthday to all of them, and happy birthday to you. So every day is full of holidays and observances that most of them we've never even heard of, and that's what made me start doing this, just out of interest, just like a little hobby blog. But so today we're going to talk about the history behind the holidays of today. So today, April 30th, is Adopt a Shelter Pet Day. There's a lot of pet holidays today, but every April 30th is National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day. This day was created to raise awareness for all the animals waiting in shelters to find their forever homes. Aww. So if you're ready to bring a fur baby home, then today's a good day to do it. Any day is really a good day to do it, but today the Humane Society is just trying to bring awareness to get these little babies adopted. It is also National Hairstyle Appreciation Day. We all appreciate hairstylists. Well, I need one desperately. But anyway, not only do they make us beautiful, but they also are like our therapists. They sit and listen to us talk in their chair all day long, listen to different people talk about their problems, happy things, good things, whatever. I bet they know more gossip than anybody about each town. So also check out our Hairstylist Day video where we interview my friend Amber, who's a really cool hairstylist, and I'll put the link down below in the description for that. It's also International Jazz Day. In November in 2011, UNESCO designated April 30th as International Jazz Day in order to highlight jazz and its diplomatic role in uniting people from all around the world. Music is a great way to bring together diversity and foster gender equality and reinforce the role of youth in enacting social change. It's just a great day for everybody to get together and enjoy some music together. You can learn more about this day actually at jazzday.com. We have all these links on our website, so just go to timefortheholidays.net and you can find anything we're talking about. April 30th is also National Advocacy Day. Like I said, there's a lot of animal holidays today. It's never too late to become an advocate if there's a cause that's close to your heart, like farm animals being treated fairly, or chickens not all being kept in a coop together, or whatever it is that you've seen that bothers you. It's a good day to take the first steps and starting to change that for animals. All right, it's also National Honesty Day. So National Honesty Day is celebrated every year on April 30th in the U.S. to encourage honesty and straightforward communication from politicians. This day was started by M. Hirsch Goldberg, who chose the last day of April because it's the opposite of April Fool's Day on the 1st, that promotes falsehoods. So he wanted to promote the truth. He also wrote the book Lies, Fibs, Tales, Schemes, Scams, Fakes, and Frauds that have chased the course of history. Interesting book. We'll put the link to it below. And so he's just basically just trying to promote honesty in politicians. And every year on April 30th, he gives out awards to like companies or organizations or individuals that he thinks has remained truthful through hard times. All right, it's also National Bubble Tea Day. Until I wrote this, I had actually never heard of bubble tea. Have you guys? Have you guys tried it? Is it good? It sounds so gross to me, but maybe it's really good. Maybe I should try it before I say anything. So there seems to be two different theories on the origins of Bubble Tea Day. If you don't know what bubble tea is, it's a tea-based drink that originated in Taiwan in the 1980s. It's basically putting tapioca balls that give the appearance of bubbles into cold tea. So the first theory is that the founder of, and I'm going to say all this wrong, but Shun Shu Tang Tea Room in Taichung first began serving cold Chinese tea after seeing the popularity of coffee served cold while he was traveling in Japan. So the owner, Lu Hanqi, gives credit to his tea house product development manager, Li He-hu, for, and I'm sorry for pronouncing these all wrong. I hope you're just laughing with me and not at me. Says that anyway, Lin Su-hu, or Hui, or whatever it is, invented bubble tea. While she was sitting in a meeting in 1988, she randomly dropped some pudding with tapioca into her glass of cold tea. Why would somebody ever do that? But okay. And this resulted in a drink that all the attendees that were there when she did that thought it looked good. So they ended up adding it onto their menu at the restaurant, and it became popular. The second theory is that Tu Song, the owner of Hanlin Tea Room in Tainan, he says he invented pearl tea in 1986. He saw white tapioca balls that looked like pearls in the Yamei Lo Day Market. He decided to add some of the pearls to cold tea, resulting in the first pearl tea. When he mixed brown sugar into his tapioca recipe, the pearls darkened and turned black, and so he began serving his pearl tea sometimes with black and sometimes with white pearls. So whatever theory you think is right, probably the second one sounds more realistic, but who knows. So today is also National Bugs Bunny Day. April 30th commemorates the date that Bugs Bunny first appeared in a film called Porky's Hare Hunt. In 1938, Bugs Bunny was created in the 1930s by Leon Schlesinger Productions, later called Warner Brothers. He was originally voiced by Mel Blanc. Here's some just random trivia about Bugs Bunny. He has an interesting history, actually. Did you know that Bugs Bunny has a Brooklyn accent? His catchphrase is, "Hey, what's up, Doc?" We all know that. Bugs Bunny is the 9th most portrayed film personality in the world. Bugs Bunny has his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Bugs Bunny was not the creation of one artist, but 5 or 6 different people drew him and developed him over the course of years. He changed a little bit. At the end of Super Rabbit in 1943, Bugs appears wearing a United States Marine Corps uniform. As a result, the Marine Corps made Bugs Bunny an honorary Marine Master Sergeant. Bugs Bunny's nonchalant carrot-eating manner was actually inspired by Clark Gable. When he in the scene in the movie It Happened One Night, there's a scene where Clark Gable just kind of sits back and eats carrots, and he's like really chill, leaning on a fence, and that inspired them to make Bugs Bunny eat the carrots and all that. Kind of silly. He made cameos in World War II military propaganda. At least one of the cartoons was pulled for the way they depicted Japanese people. I'm glad that they pulled it and recognized that that wasn't cool. National Mr. Potato Head Day is also today on April 30th. Some Mr. Potato Head facts for you. In 1949, Mr. Potato Head was invented by George Lerner, who would often get potatoes out of his mom's garden, and he would take other veggies and stick them in them and make faces and make like silly dolls for his sister. So over time, he presented this, and he kept getting rejected from different companies to produce these potato head things. But at the beginning, he didn't use, like, when he did eventually get a company to make Mr. Potato Heads, they didn't make the plastic potato head body. They just made the nose and eyes and ears and whiskers out of plastic pieces, and they were meant to just stick into regular potatoes still. But after a couple of years, parents were complaining that the potatoes were rotting, and they go to pick them up and get stabbed by the sharp objects that were in them. So eventually they decided to include the plastic body in there. Mr. Potato Head was also the first toy to ever be advertised on TV. Mr. Potato Head ran for office once in 1985 and received 4 votes for mayor of Boise, Idaho. In 2000, Mr. Potato Head was inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame at the Strong in Rochester, New York. So another holiday today is National Oatmeal Cookie Day. A lot of us grew up with that memory of baking cookies with your mom or your grandma or whatever. So we put some recipes for you on our site. Check them out. It's also National Raisin Day, so we'll include some recipes with for oatmeal cookies with raisins in them. It's also Spank Out Day, last holiday of today. This was established to promote nonviolent discipline of children. It aims to bring awareness of positive reinforcement instead of hurting your child, or, you know, the more severe punishments that some people give. So that is Spank Out Day. You can go to parenting.org to learn more about it. So now on to the random trivia, history, pop culture of April 30th. I'm going to go through these quickly because there's so many. If you want to learn more, you can go to the website, and there's a little bit more detail on the website, or we'll link to a story with more detail. But anyway, in 1492, Spain gives Christopher Columbus his commission for exploration. In 1789, George Washington takes the oath of office to become the first elected president of the United States on the balcony of the Federal Hall on Wall Street in New York City. In 1803, the United States purchases Louisiana Territory from France for $15 million, more than doubling the size of the young nation. In 1812, the territory of Orleans becomes the 18th U.S. state under the name Louisiana. In 1871, the Camp Grant massacre of the Apaches take place in Arizona Territory. Really sad. Go check out the story. We link to it. In 1903, the number 1 song on the radio was "In the Good Old Summertime" by the Haddon Quartet. In 1905, Albert Einstein writes his thesis. I'm not even going to try to say it right here. He wrote that. In 1907, Honolulu, Hawaii becomes an independent city. 27, the Federal Institute for Women opens in Alderson, West Virginia, making it the first women's federal prison in the United States. In 1927, Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford become the first celebrities to leave their footprints in concrete at the Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. In 1938, the animated cartoon Porky's Hare Hunt debuts in movie theaters, including Happy Rabbit, a prototype of Bugs Bunny. In 1945, Adolf Hitler and Eva Braun commit suicide by gunshot in his bunker in Berlin after being married for less than 40 hours. Good riddance. In 1945, during World War II, Stalag Luft I, prisoner of war camp near Barth, Germany, is liberated by Soviet soldiers, freeing nearly 9,000 American and British airmen. In 1956, the number 1 movie was The Searcher, starring John Wayne. And in 1956 also, the number 1 song was Heartbreak Hotel by Elvis Presley. In 1956, former Vice President and Democratic Senator Alan Barkley dies of a heart attack after collapsing on the stage during a speech in Virginia after saying, "I'm glad to sit on the back row, for I would rather be a servant of the house of the Lord than to sit in the seats of the mighty." Man, how sad is that? In 1971, the #1 song was "Joy to the World" by Three Dog Night. In 1980, Beatrix is inaugurated as Queen of the Netherlands following the abdication of Juliana. In 1983, you gotta love the 80s, the #1 movie was Flashdance starring Jennifer Beals. In 1986, the song "Kiss" by Prince and the Revolution was the #1 song. What song do you guys think of, like, when you think of the 80s? Like, tell me below in the comments, like, what movies and songs come to your mind. You know, if you were old enough to remember the 80s. I was in high school, so, you know, I was all about the 80s. You know, I remember all of it. Okay. In 1992, Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida, buried a time capsule to be opened in 2042, 50 years after its burial. That'll be interesting. The #1 movie was While You Were Sleeping, starring Sandra Bullock in 1995. In 1997 is the year that Ellen DeGeneres came out as gay. Her sitcom Ellen became one of the most major television shows of that time, featuring an openly gay main character. In 2013, Willem Alexander is inaugurated as King of Netherlands following the abdication of Beatrix. In 2019, actor Peter Mayhew dies at the age of 74. He was best known for playing Chewbacca in Star Wars. Aw, rest in peace, Peter Mayhew. Actually, I hate saying rest in peace because I feel like if you're in pain or sick or anything, you do enough resting here on earth. Like, I think when we get to heaven, we should be active and dancing and running in the ocean waves and stuff like that. Like, but I haven't thought of a good term for that yet, but you can help me down below. What should we say instead of rest in peace? So that pretty much sums up the history, horoscope, and holidays of April 30th. I hope you guys found something interesting, and stay tuned. And tomorrow we'll start May. Also, if you want to check out the weekly and monthly observations, go ahead and click on the website, and we list all the daily holidays of the month and the weekly and the monthly observances too, so check it out. Also, stop by our gift shop. We have a gift shop that has t-shirts and mugs and buttons and all kinds of fun merch for all the silly daily holidays. Also, baby showers, weddings, birthdays. We have like invitations and everything. So stop on by and have a great day. Bye.